every time I get ready to record, my phone be blowing up. All right, so let me just tell y'all how trifling this whole situation was. Okay. All right, so when I was like 18, I think I was like 18, like 18 or 19, I was dating this dude. If you want to say dating or like talking, dating, okay, I'm gonna say dating because we were talking for like, or no, I'm gonna say talking. We was talking for like a couple of months or whatever. And so one day I was in Walmart, and there's this police officer. So I was going to go get some makeup, and I noticed this police officer. So I'm like, you know, going down the different aisles trying to see, you know, whatever I want to get, blah 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 blah. So he's like following me, and I'm like, is he following me because he thinks that I'm about to steal something, or like what? Because it was really awkward. But he did have a basket, but I know he doesn't wear makeup, so I'm not understanding why you over here. So I'm walking down the aisles or whatever, and he finally was like, ma'am, and I'm like, do I turn around or do I like keep walking? Because I do not like when dudes are like, hey, what's up, you know, like trying to get your attention. So I'm like, okay. So I turned around, like he said it probably like twice. So I finally turned around, and he was just like, how you doing? I'm trying to do great, but you keep following me. So he was like, how you doing? I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm fine. And he was just like, yeah, so do you do sports? And I'm like, I'm really in my mind, I'm like, maybe he got me mistaken for someone else. Because I'm like, I used to, like when I was in high school, I ran track and I played basketball. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could tell because of your legs. You have really nice legs. And I'm like, okay, you know, thank you. So I'm trying to continue to walk, and he's still following me. He was just like, yeah, so I have a son, and he lives out in Houston, and he plays basketball, and I think he said he was like his sophomore year, and just basically just talking to me about his son. So I'm like, sir, like, I don't even care. Like, I'm just sitting there holding a smile because I'm trying not to be rude and trying not to be like this. Like, dude, can you not? This is so awkward. So I go down the next aisle, and I'm like trying to grab something, and he's like reaching when I'm reaching. So it's like we're touching hands, and I'm like, what the hell? This is so awkward. I'm like, did he really just try to touch my hand? And so I'm looking at him, and he just smiled, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, sir, like, this is not gonna go down like that. You are old. You're almost like, you look almost like my daddy's age. I'm not trying to go there with you at all. So, and then I'm like, you are too wrong to be following somebody, and you're in a uniform. That's like stalking. You're stalking me. I feel like you're stalking me. So I had ended up leaving, or first of all, I tried to hurry up, rush, and get out of there because I did not want to have any more awkward situations with this man at all. So probably like a couple months after that, I ended up getting this DM. I think it was like on Twitter, or it wasn't on Facebook. I don't think it was on Facebook. I think it was Twitter or Instagram. I ended up getting this DM from this guy. He was like, hey, what's up? So I opened it, and I'm like, first of all, who is this? Because I always click on who it is that's writing me. So I clicked on it, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know this guy, but I did go through his pictures, and I'm like, okay, he cute or whatever. So I showed my best friend him, and she's just like, no, he's really cute. And so there's another guy that was on his page that I actually went to school with in middle school. I think it was middle school. It was middle school that I went to middle school with. So I'm like, okay, so how does he know him and I don't know him? Because I've never seen this guy before, so I'm like, I don't know him. But the guy that I went to school with is lame. So I'm like, how did y'all two meet? And how are y'all friends? Because dude, you're lame. So one day, well actually before I get to the one day, I ended up writing him back because I'm like, okay, so he cute, so I'm gonna write back. So I wrote him back or whatever, and we started like, you know, going back and forth, writing each other or whatever. And we ended up exchanging numbers. And actually he worked in the mall, and I didn't even know that he worked in the mall. And I had went to the store that he worked in a couple of times, and I never noticed him ever, like, or I didn't go whenever he went because I never knew that he worked there. So we were like going, you know, we were texting and then, you know, like getting to know each other and stuff like that. And we were talking for probably like a few months or whatever. And then so one day he's like, hey, you know, you want to come over? And I'm like, you know, first of all, it was like really late at night, and I'm like, I hope he don't think that it's about to go down, because it's not at all. So I went over there, and I'm asking my best friend, I'm like, hey, you know, you want to come with me? And first of all, my best friend just like, you need to grow up. You need to stop asking me to come places with you. And I'm like, I do not want to go over here by myself. It's late. And so she just ended up coming with me or whatever. And I'm glad that she did, though, because he actually had the lame guy that I went to school with in middle school. He had him over there, but it wasn't like no, me and you talking, so I'm gonna hook you up with, so my friend is gonna talk to your friend. It was nothing like that, because like I said, we went to middle school together and we were like cool and stuff like that. But he was really, so either way it goes, I'm just glad it wasn't awkward or whatever, because I don't know, I just feel like I just feel like since my best friend was there and his friend was there, it just made it less awkward. We chilled a couple more times after that. And I don't know, it was just like, it wasn't awkward, but I just felt like he just was not it for me. Like, I don't know, he just wasn't interesting. He was just too cute to be like not interested. I don't want to talk to you no more. And so what, like, if he was like try to text me and stuff like that, like I wouldn't reply, all this stuff. So one day he hits me up and he was like, hey, you know, I haven't spoke to you in a long time. I moved and I'm having this party or what, I'm having this house party or whatever. And this was before like people start calling it kickbacks and stuff like that. Well, before I actually started calling stuff kickbacks, because whatever, I didn't realize, whatever. So he was like, oh, I just moved and we're having this house party or whatever. And I'm like, cool, like, okay, I'll come by. So of course, you know, I asked my best friend to come, and I'm like, hey, you want to come over to such and such house with me? He said that he just moved, he having this house party or whatever. So she was just like, you like really get on my nerves, but I'll come. Okay. So so I'm just trying to walk around in his new place, you know, whatever, cool, just trying to scope it out a little bit. So I end up walking down his hallway, and I see like this family portrait that he had, and I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I was staring at the picture for a really long time, and he was just like, what are you doing? I'm just like, oh, nothing, you know, I'm just looking at your picture or whatever. He was just like, oh yeah. And he started telling me like, oh, this is my sister, she's a model, or he was saying something about like she wants to model or something. And so he was just like, this is my mom. I'm like, oh, is that your dad, or is that you know, like your stepdad? He was like, no, that's my dad. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm still looking at the picture, and I'm like, dang, like I know this dude. Y'all, why this was the dude that I seen in Walmart, the police officer that was following me and trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, he was just like, yeah, him and my mom, they've been married for a really long time. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? This is your dad? And he was just like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, why? I'm like, no reason, I'm just asking. Because I mean, there's no way that I could say your daddy tried to talk to me, and he's a whole married man. And I'm like, your dad is a cheater and he like little kids, because I am definitely a little kid compared to him, and I am like his daughter's age. That is very disgusting. And I'm like, what? So before I even, but I didn't, well, first of all, I didn't even say anything to him. I'm just like, oh, you know, no reason, I'm just asking. And so I called my best friend over there. I'm like, girl, like, this is the dude that I was telling you about the day in Walmart. She was just like, I don't remember. It's like, she, first of all, she always act like she got amnesia, like she don't remember stuff when I tell her. So I'm like, this is the dude that I was telling you about, the dude, the police officer that tried to talk to me. And she was just like, how you know that's him? I'm like, girl, I remember what the dude looked like. And she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe. I'm like, girl, this dude really touched my hand and everything. Like, this dude followed me down aisles, okay? Like, this is the dude. She was just like, what? Like, she could not believe it. I couldn't believe it either. And I'm like, he's a whole married man. And I'm like, what? And then it really dawned on me that, okay, so when I was talking to this guy, and I was talking to this dude, he was telling me about his son and how his son goes to college and he played basketball for Houston, and the whole time he was talking about him. I had no idea, y'all. Like, I'm just like, this is a very small world. Like, what? Now, what if I really did? What if I was really one of those type of girls to talk to this married man and his son? Girl, that really would have been some tea that y'all could have been speaking of. But that was crazy, okay?